Then I started crossing paths with salt lakes. In the months after graduating from college, my boyfriend Dylan and I began driving around the Great Basin. The Great Basin is a 220,000 square mile area spanning 6 states of the American West that has no outflow to the ocean. It's not just one big closed basin, but a massive complex of more than 100. On the map, it looks empty, brown and dry. The area is well known only to a few gamblers, professional criminals, movie stars, divorcees, and of course the people who live there. Poet Ed Dorn writes in his 1966 book, The Shoshoneans. After my Colorado childhood, I believed I knew the West. But the West Dylan knew was a different one. He had stories about leading mule trips for tourists on the backside of Yosemite, about Nevadans asking him whether he was packing heat when he went out for a run, about hot springs and sand dunes. We went together to the Salton Sea, to Owens Lake and Deep Springs Lake. We zigzagged through the innumerable valleys of Nevada, practically every one of which has its own salt lake, or at least the crust left behind by a former one. The lake's beauty captivated me, and their strangeness piqued my curiosity. They appeared suddenly in places I never expected to find huge pools. From afar, their palette of glistening blue water, white salt flats, green wetland edges, and fuchsia and emerald microbial life turned the horizon into a painting. The way the salts heavied the chemistry of the water made them reflect the surrounding landscape like a mirror. Salt lakes form when water collects at the lowest point of closed basins. Scientists call these bowls in the landscape endorheic basins, from the ancient Greek word for internal and flow. They mainly exist in desert regions of the world. In places with more water, the currents gradually carve a way out. In contrast to ordinary valleys with an outlet, and in contrast to freshwater lakes, which are, in the words of John McPhee, an aneurysm in a river, in endorheic basins, water gathers but has nowhere to flow. It can only evaporate away. When it does, it leaves behind the salts that were suspended in it. The salts aren't just sodium chloride or table salt, but a variety of dissolved minerals that depends on the geology of the watershed. Their concentrations vary too. Some endorheic lakes are just a tenth as saline as seawater. Others are 10 times saltier.